So why even use racetams? You know, I mean, like energy drinks, they got a lot of kind of nootropic like stuff in them, some actual nootropics. Like why do people actually use racetams? Well, I mean, you force your brain to work at a higher level in terms of what you do with information in your head with certain racetams. You can quickly induce a performance state chemically with certain racetams like phenylpiracetam or phenylpiracetam hydrazide. And there are some racetams where you can literally induce an anxiolytic state on cue. You know, you got anxiety, stuff's going on in your life, you're feeling like overwhelmed, you can take a racetam, a specific one, and actually reduce anxiety. There are racetams for studying, there are racetams strictly for memory, there are racetams that help with verbal fluency, and there are racetams if you need kind of general cognitive optimization that you can take that'll pretty much upregulate the function of everything. So strap in, my friends, let's talk about why people even use racetams and get to a granular level on what they can do for your brain. Meantime, look, I got a coupon code for the Cortex stack. That's version 2, the new Cortex that just launched, and it is 30 now. That is a 30% discount on what's being called the best focus and flow nootropic on the web that you can purchase. Go get it at livecortex.com. Again, the code is 30 now. I mean, you're absolutely going to love this stack, okay? Get it for cheap right now. 30% off down the description below. So is the code. Also wanted to mention for October only, for this month, every single consultation that we have at livecortex.com is discounted, my friends. So go check them out, see what aligns with you, and book. So why even use racetams? I mean, you could just get an energy drink that has like choline and tyrosine and guarine and all this other shit in it and give you some pretty good brain performance and energy. And most people think that way. They don't know how to differentiate between specific functions of the brain and how you can optimize that granularly versus general energy. This is why high-level Silicon Valley elites use racetams. This is why high-level executives and business people use racetams. And this is why yours truly, when I'm doing certain kinds of work, I will take certain racetams to turn on certain types of brain function. Number one, you can force your brain to fire at a higher level in terms of what you do with information in your head. I mean, I don't know, maybe you have a difficult time with a lot of information or a lot of inputs coming in and you can't compartmentalize. There are racetams for that. Oxyracetam, aniracetam, pramiracetam, right? These are chemicals that like tell regions of your brain that are associated with this behavior to fire a neurotransmitter that is very prominent in this behavior at a higher level. Two of those racetams, oxyracetam and aniracetam, also foster long-term potentiation, which is like the literal optimization of the physical chemistry of your brain in the acute period that you're taking them. Compartmentalization. I mean, look, you got a lot of things flying at you. Everybody does. Like these racetams, oxyracetam and aniracetam specifically, help you to compartmentalize information. I mean, what better smart drugs to take? Number two, you can quickly induce a high-performance brain state chemically, like you can literally manipulate chemistry in your brain to induce an energy-like high-performance state with chemicals like phenylpiracetam hydrazide. I mean, who doesn't want that? It's very different than an energy drink because this chemical, this is forcing some choline release, it's modifying choline receptors, and it's inhibiting the reuptake and the recycling of dopamine. So you don't have dopamine getting recycled away and stored for later use. It's just synaptically available for you to use in the acute period. That is why phenylpiracetam and its analogs are typically called the modafinil of racetams. I mean, who doesn't want that? Again, that's pristine, specific brain function, motivation, energy, zest for life, the will to do things, and processing power on top of that. That's not just like an energy drink, sort of like energy buzz. Number three, you can induce anxiety reduction with an anxiolytic racetam, because yes, there's an anxiolytic racetam called fasoracetam. That stuff modulates GABA B receptors. I mean, those receptors are heavily implicated in your brain's control of your anxiety response. If things are overwhelming you, there's just a lot going on in your life, and your brain is like feeling the exhaustion or feeling the negative impact of that, and it's resulting in anxiety, 20 milligrams, 40 milligrams, up to 80 milligrams fasoracetam, and within 20 minutes, my friend, you pretty much removed it. You can't do that with an energy drink. This is why, people at the highest level, performance-wise, are using racetams. Number four, if you can get the dose right and the choline source and dose right for you, Pramiracetam is like the most epic study smart drug that, was ever invented. That stuff, like I usually suggest to college kids that are studying for huge exams, that like need their brains in that capacity for information, for retention, for consolidation, for then remembering what they studied to be able to output it on a test. That stuff's a little touchy, right? So 50 to 150 milligrams of pramiracetam, then about 30 to 80 milligrams of either citicoline or alpha GPC, and you're in. You can't do that, with fucking a Monster drink or any energy drink. Even some of these energy drinks that like claim to have nootropics or have nootropics, like you're not gonna be able to get that kind of targeted brain function with an energy drink. This is why people use racetams. And number 5, if you just need to optimize general functionality, if you want to induce a state of processing speed, retention, verbal recall, episodic memory, and thus verbal fluency. So this is where this gets like really specific. There's a chemical called coliracetam. It's another one of the racetams. And what it does is enhance a process called high affinity choline uptake. So basically it helps you to synthesize more brain usable acetylcholine via an optimized uptake of raw precursor building block choline from your diet or supplements and the synthesis into usable brain neurotransmitter, acetylcholine. It's like, you're not getting anything close to that with any energy supplement or drink that you take, no question. This is why people use racetams. Lastly, I'll say, if you need a somewhat subtle but obviously noticeable improvement in basically every facet of performance and brain function, this is what regular piracetam is for, right? The granddaddy of racetams, the most well-studied, the oldest, the chemical like upon which all of the rest of the racetam chemicals were built. I mean, it's like it doesn't even get enough attention. People think, oh, piracetam is boring, let's shoot to the other racetams or whatever. No, my friend. Piracetam is epic. I still take it to this day. I took it earlier this week. 2 to 4 grams. Good choline source for you, and you're in for 4 to 6 hours. I mean, who doesn't want that? Not something you can get with an energy drink. Not something you can get from any other singular nootropic. The racetams are multifaceted in this way, where they're working on acetylcholine, they're working on long-term potentiation, they're working on dopamine reuptake inhibition and keeping dopamine around. This is just not something you're going to be able to achieve with your run-of-the-mill energy supplement, that you think is like good, that may be fine, or your caffeine pill, even theobromine or something like that. I mean, there is specific targeted performance optimization that you can get with racetams, and that is why at the highest levels over there, with guys getting $100 million for their startup, in San Francisco and New York, people on Wall Street, like these guys I'm doing consulting for, so I would know. These guys got to crunch numbers all day and like deal with how to figure out how to, game the system effectively to make money. I'm having those guys use targeted racetams for targeted brain states to get targeted things done. This is why people at the highest level in terms of mental processing, some of the best programmers in the world are dosing racetams. All right, as I said in the beginning, super quickly, all consultations for the month of October are discounted. Okay, that's TRT protocol optimization, that's nootropic regimen formulation, that's even the bigger one-on-one packages with me. So you've been waiting on doing that. They're all discounted this month. And again, Cortex Nootropic Stack, 30% off. Code is 30 now. Go get a bottle of a high-powered stimulant that feels very clean and gets you incredibly functional. Code and links are in the description of this video. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great week. More content coming soon. Live streams coming this weekend. And I'll talk to you on the next one.